Question: what's the best golf teaching aid out there on the market? If we go somewhere like Amazon and search golf teaching aids, I mean, there's literally just thousands, literally thousands. Some great, some awful. So what we're going to do in today's video is let's talk to you about what I think of my top 5 golf teaching aids for golfers who want to start this game, who are already playing and want to develop skills, or people who just want to get serious at getting better at golf. Before we start, if you want to win this book, The 4 Foundations of Golf, How to Build a Game That Lasts for Lifetime by John Sherman. John is a fantastic thinker in golf. This book, I'm going to give it away to one of you. Watch to the end of the video to find out how you can win this great golf book. So number 1 here, in no particular order, we're going to start with the Tour Striker Smart Ball. This thing is smart. This is why I love this so much, and I think so many people could benefit from it. And certainly for me, someone who struggled with my short game, I got my most lofted wedge off a relatively tight lie, and just hitting some chips with the connection of this ball to my forearms, then in turn to my rotation, allows for such crisp strikes and really allows for get rid of these kind of arm drops, no body movement ideas. Gets this lovely feeling of connection, and it's right in my elbows, which is what I then use to hit a shot. So when I'm then going to hit a shot, I rest those elbows basically almost on my tummy and feel the connection comes then from the feel that the smart ball gives me pushing on my elbows. I do that with my tummy. So around the greens, for anyone struggling with short game strikes, I honestly think this is one of the best things you can use. It's pretty inoffensive. I'm just putting it over my neck. It dangles in front of me. I then just grab it with my elbows. And now it's the smart ball tummy, so body, shoulder rotation, hip rotation, and arms going with it. It's allowing me to take, well, like, this is my 4th chip and I haven't really broken the ground yet. Everything's a nice smooth strike on that turf and not a bad array of chip shots. Look at that. I mean, look at how inoffensive that is to the ground. From that distance, not a bad array of chips, and the strikes were very much all in place. Short game chipping, just fantastic. So I've moved now to about 40-50 yards out, so a pitch shot. You can see the first one here, I start it a little bit right and the ball comes out from my arms. That's me just separating my lead arm on the way through, just getting that start direction a little bit too far right. Second one here, much more connected when my arms come across my body on the way through, start direction a little bit better. The smart ball's brilliant for pitching, around the green chipping, getting some feels of connection. You can use it in full swing as well. I prefer it much more for short game, but it's great for people who want to feel great connection and improve their strikes. So number 2, the Putt Out Compact Putting Mirror. So what I love about the putting mirror is it works on so many levels. So I think this one breaks just right side. So I'm going to use it to confirm breaks. So I can use it on the course or here on the putting green, which does have a little bit of break. So I've confirmed that I can read the break by using actual lines, which is great practice. Next, I can constantly check eye line, so my eyes are not too far over, too far back. They're where I want my eyes to be. I can also see my shoulder line in here as well. I can also see if my eyes are back or over the ball, those kind of ideas. I can also use the lines on the putt mirror, so these ones here, to confirm if my putter is square to where I want it to be. So if it's open or closed, if I have any kind of overlying patterns with my putting. I love the fact this one is small and I can whack it in my bag, so I could take it to any location, literally anywhere I play in the world. I'm just going to make a bit more right lip and see if it breaks more from there or if it stays out there. In hotel rooms, I can use it in my office daily, and it's this kind of daily idea, drilling a setup, a stroke, an aim that allows me to go to the course where I haven't had time to practice my putting all week and actually feel I can get on the course and know that I'm going to aim in the right direction. It's now pace control, pace control, pace control. It's the simplicity of the mirror, and it's the useful functionality of it, and it's the fact that it makes me, and hopefully it can help you, practice my putting daily or 3 times a week in any environment. Don't always have to be at the putting green. Oh, the confidence it does as well, kind of delivers as well. Once you know you've got it set up, you can really start to drill some feels of that putter going back and through using the straight lines. Really start to build some confidence, watch some balls go in, take that to the course. Number 3, the swing guide. This has been around for years. It's a great tool. There's loads of copies. Try and stick to the original. It just is more solid. So this is a device I used to use constantly while coaching. It gives people great ideas of face awareness. So if I was to turn the face more to the back camera here, so in effect I'm turning my wrist angles, I'm flattening my wrists more, I'm putting it more into flexion if you like. You can see how this is now not going to line up with my arm, where if I've set it up correctly at the start, it's going to line up with or close to my arm at some point in the backswing. So I'm trying to get that little cup into my arm, where if I was to open the face, it's now missing in between. If I close the face or take less loft off or add more loft, this is now missing my arm. So trying to get the guide to line up with your arm has direct correlation to the club face. So in effect, it's making the club face relate to my arm movement and in turn wrist angle, which is just so valuable for any golfer who hits wild shots. Because one of the outstanding kind of skills that you constantly see from better players through to worse handicap players or beginners is that good players have good awareness of where the club face is. So this device just makes sense in their heads. They get it straight away. Where you put it on an amateur's club and often they're like, well, what am I meant to do with this? Because they're not making that connection in their mind. The more you can understand where the face is as it moves around your body. So we use grip and we use setup to try and get some help to control the club face, but good players can kind of stand anyway and still have some level of club face control because they're aware of where it's moving around their body. This just absolutely allows you to train, it allows you to feel, it allows you to understand where the face is. And for so many golfers, that's a skill they're just not practicing enough. They're trying to hit certain positions, but they're not relating it to some of the intricacies of maybe where the face is in relationship to those positions. And you can see I've got mine slightly offset. So you can see how mine isn't directly on top of the club. It's slightly over this side compared to the face because I've set it up for me. I'm using a slightly stronger grip. I want to deal off my irons a bit more, which encourages a swing thought that I'm trying to employ. Encourages more handle lean and hips back, something I'm doing. So I'm using the guide in a slightly stronger format to back up my matchups through impact, and that's the beauty of it. It doesn't mean you need to get this in relationship to a correct position. You can get it in relationship to your married up position. Certainly if you use it with a coach or someone who knows what they're doing, you can set it on at different angles to encourage different club face control. At the end of the day, it's the club face control it delivers that is so impressive. And like I say, you can do that on the course, you could use it on a club, you could do it at the range. And to be fair, I would be using it at home in the garden, just practicing, feeling those actions to get that little cup to cup onto my hands. So then when I take it to the course, I know I can try and reproduce those feelings. This is one of my all-time favorites. Number 4, golf training grips. Plenty of options to choose here. Now there's a few versions of these. This one just clips onto your club, so you don't actually, you can put it on the club you're playing with, but you can get full training versions. It's not specifically this one, it's just training grips in general. What I like about this one is that you can clip it onto a club that you're actually going to play. I mean, there's some good parts and bad parts for that. I mean, it is slightly digging into my grip, but if you've got the full molded grips that go on, here's going to do the same ideas. And all this is doing is getting my grip set on that club in a way that's functional. And it allows me to even hit shots of it. So I can actually take it to the course, I could play, I could hit balls at the range. The amount of golf lessons I've given over the years where you fight with someone's grip. So they come with a grip, a hold, that encourages the bad shot that they say they suffer from, that they're trying to get rid of. You show them a better hold and they say they want to do it, and they come back next week and they're not doing it because you can see they're fighting with it, the feeling of it. This kind of device, these kind of devices allow you to drill like Sergeant Major drill. So literally you could just swing in your garden for half an hour each day with this on, getting the feeling of it in your hands, getting the feeling of this moving the club, how it's moving the face. You go to the range and hit shot after shot if you've got the time. You could even take it to the course and fit it to a club and make sure you just play that iron a bit from the course. But really off course, I think, is where you can do it. But it will just allow you to get your hand position in a much more neutral position. It will force you into a place, allowing you hopefully to make a grip change that allows you to build a swing that will perform maybe with all golf clubs. The simplicity of it is amazing, and that's often the thing that is the best with these kind of training aids. Simplicity of application as well as putting it on the club and just being able to use it each day is where you really make gains. And one of the biggest heartbreaking things for me as a coach when I was coaching full time is watching decent golfers hit shots but fight in a grip that they just won't change. They know the right position, but they put their hands in that position just before they're about to go. They then re-grip, and you just think, oh, you're really struggling to kind of break a feel, which 9 times out of 10 was really holding them back reaching their goals. So you just have to work really hard with them. And I used to use things like this over and over again. Gives you great feelings of club face control, how the hands relate to the face. And the beauty with it, remember, not all grips are the same. If you want it slightly stronger, slightly weaker, to marry up with other matchups that people have, you can put it on at a slightly more skewed angle. It doesn't always have to be in line with the lines that come on it. You can twist it round to the side if you want to weaken a grip or strengthen a grip. If you're out there and you struggled with a hold, and I'll tell you so many golfers that you coach do, or if you're out there thinking you want to build some actions, you like your starting golf, this is a great way of getting into some really good habits at the beginning and hopefully finding that target a little bit more. These are lasers with this on, aren't they? So number 5 has to be the stack system. So the stack system here is an amazing system developed for anyone who wants to develop speed. So it's everything you need to train for speed is what Stack are saying. I've got one. It's an amazing piece of kit. The engineering on the product itself. So the product itself is kind of a hybrid length club, so a grip with some weights at the bottom here, with a screwy end here that comes off so you can change the weights. It's a hybrid length club. You don't hit the ground, you don't hit the ball with it. You're just swinging it at different weights, subject to what the app tells you what to do. So it comes with an app, so you do get a training buddy. And the app is really what you're kind of buying into. Now, the only problem with this product is it's not cheap. So I had to buy one of these kind of radar-y swing things as well. This is measuring how fast I swing the stack system. So look, I'm not going to do this justice because there's so much that what this system can do. So basically what I did is I swung my driver in front of this speed device, and I tell the app, you don't have to touch buttons, I can just speak to the app, how fast that driver's going. Reference the numbers on my speed unit here. Then what the system does and the app does is it tells me how I need to train to try and improve those speeds using a combination of swinging different amount of times with different amounts of weights, which are all built around a person that in golf I've learned from all my life, and anyone who knows this name, his name's Sasha McKenzie. He's an expert. He's a biomechanical expert. He's done loads of research into speed training. And in effect, what you're doing is you're getting Sasha's brain inside this app to allow you to train to get faster. It's fantastic. It's like no other training aid, to be fair, I've seen before because of the use of the app. So you benchmark your numbers at the start. It then works with you and develops with you if you start swinging your stack system at different speeds. So it learns from his database that he's already got there and the numbers you put in. And as more stack swingers are swinging around the world, it just keeps learning and learning to get the most out of whatever you put in. And the app's extensive. Like it captures everything. It gives you personal bests. It gives you driver e-speed, so your estimated speed with drivers. And what's really interesting when you do stack over a period of time is how much the numbers jump around. So you have fast days and slower days, those kind of things, which is interesting. I noticed that when I'm training and hitting balls, practicing with clubs, testing clubs. It then gives you potential distance based on those speeds in there, so you can see how you're trending over time. And obviously over time, what I think you'll see is that the Stack system, if you follow its clear, very clear guidelines, there's videos in the app, it's very clear. It prompts you as well of when you should be training. It's not that you just go out there and do it 5 times a day. Don't quote me on this, but my system was telling me to do it every 2 days. It didn't want me to do it every day. Again, you're using the expertise from Sasho in this amazingly engineered product that allows you to basically get quicker. Now, at the end of the day, if you get quicker, there's a good chance you're gonna get better. Speed training, there's loads of options out there for speed training, and definitely there are cheaper ones. But for me, Stack System, because of the brain in the app that you're buying, it works with you, it develops with you. It's used by Matt Fitzpatrick, who's just won the US Open and has gained ridiculous amounts of club head speed and ball speed, as we've seen very clearly as we watch him on telly. The system just works. If you're serious about getting fitter, getting stronger, and trying to improve your game, Stack System definitely is a must in the speed department. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can still win this book. All you need to do is tell me what is your favourite golf training aid. Is it one of the ones I mentioned? Have I missed one? Let me know in those comments down below. If you're subscribed to this channel, you post a comment, let me know what your favourite training aid is. And if you hit a thumbs up on this video, give us a thumbs up if you like it and you want to win the book. Do the other bit, subscribe. You could win John's fantastic new book, which has great information of how to build a pretty solid golf game in there. Thanks for watching. Let me know if any of this helps, and we'll see you in the next video.